Welcome all. Welcome Ricky. Welcome Belinda. Oh, sorry, Bill and Linda. Almost the same thing, sorry. Welcome all of Ricky's family. Welcome some of my family. There's a few. Welcome to all the friends and acquaintances of Natalie and or Ricky. Some of you I don't know, a lot of you I don't know. I've met a few. I met Ricky's brother, very nice, thank you. Met a few others, it's very nice. I'm pleased. It's a great venue. It's awesome. It's been picked very carefully by both Ricky and Natalie, and it tells a lot about today, about what happens from here on. It's great. Enormous amount of organization went into it. Enormous amount of detail of what could have happened, should have happened, may not have happened, would have happened again. Anything but earthquakes is catered for. It's just my head off for having done it yourself, just to such a degree, rather than catering it out and have somebody look after it. Everything you see, everything you've done. The little details like your name on, just any minute detail has been thought through. Awesome. Head off. Couldn't do it. So, a special little thanks to William and Glenna, who's been doing a lot behind the curtains of all the food preparations. And it may not necessarily seem like it is a lot, but it is a lot if you got to do it. Good job. Well, lots of other people have done lots of other things. Awesome. Thank you. I don't know Ricky that well, so I'll start with Natalie. I know her a lot better. According to DNA results, she is my daughter. And in everything she does, she is too. I like to take credit for the good things she does. And her mother is guilty for all the other things. However, that's not how it is. I have a little story to tell you what I remember of Natalie. There's a lot of things I remember. She was, second best speech gone. She was this tall, primary school, rugby, touch. Natalie joined. Little kids, you know, yay tall. So they all got a tail in the back of their pants, and once you grab that tail, that's it, you know, you had a touch, you had a point. All the kids were just aimlessly walloping around in the paddock. It wasn't going anywhere. Natalie, every bloody tail you pull of the other team, I'll give you 50 cents. Shit. That was the wrong thing to say. Off Natalie went. All the tails were collected in about 3 seconds. Even the referee was turning around to see if he had something to pull. And she comes, Dad, how much do I owe you? How much? And that's pretty much, Natalie is a little bit like that. She is very much, yeah. You're very goal-driven. You're extremely bloody purposeful. You go through a brick bloody wall to get where you want to be. And that at times, because you set enormously high standards for yourself, at times upsets other people because they don't meet your standards. I'm one of those. So, but I'm very pleased to see that despite the fact that you traveled Europe, Australia, Canada, wherever, all over NZ, to find whatever it was that you tried to find. There it is. It wasn't where, it was who. And so I don't know Ricky that well, but I'm very pleased to see, because as a parent, you never know if you do things right. I was always fiddling around with cars. There's Ricky. Fiddling around with cars, thinking, whoa, can't be all that bad. And he likes Natalie. It's another thing we have in common. And I work at sea, a very harsh environment. And I don't care what you say. A man isn't measured by his words, but what you do. So, Ricky, good on you, bud. You're living your life. You are who you are. And you seem to be the anchor in Natalie's life. And that's, you see, that's what happened to my speech. I used it, you see. Good on you. It was a bit of a struggle, but I got you, dear, eh? So, a good marriage, falling in love with the same person, again and again. That's it. And the other good thing with a good marriage is you try to be the best of you for the other person. Simple. Well, I'm very pleased that my daughter found that. I'm equally pleased for Ricky, he found that too. Because Natalie is very loving, caring, and loyal. To the extreme. So, a toast to all of us to witness the first steps of Ricky and Natalie as man and wife.
Cheers. I've known Rick for a long, long time, and I've never said he was such a great guy, but at the moment it's my job to talk about what a great guy he is. And I never really prepare a speech as such. And that's born from, you know, we talk about our schooling and how important it is to build our youth and everything, but I had a traumatic time at high school around speeches and English, and you had to do your cue cards, and it was all just hard, and I always stuttered. I couldn't spell properly, and it all just went to shit every time. Failed every single one until I decided to stop preparing. But that's a side story. We're going to talk about Ricky and Nat now, eh? Enough about Nathan. Nobody cares. So, thanks. It really helps my confidence.
Because you need it.
So, I reckon me and Ricky have been mates since we were probably about 17? 17? About there. Ish. Riding mountain bikes and BMXs and stuff. And I always thought, not consciously, like thinking back now, I've always thought Ricky's the kind of guy that's never going to get married. Just no
Get
way.
him out, mate!
No way.
Don't hold back, bro!
Like, tell me how you really feel. Like, it's not that Ricky would never get a girl or he'd never like be affectionate enough or anything like that. It's just Ricky has never, ever noticed or cared for the affections of girls. Like, he's just been a blip. There's been, honestly, my whole time growing up, I've been there, a bit of a fat kid, like, would you just? Like, girls hanging off his coattails, love him to bits. He's the best guy ever. And he's just do-do-do-do-do through his life, and I'm there thinking, what I wouldn't give for 10% of what you've got going on. You ginger sunburnt shit.
Cheers, mate.
But life goes on.
So where were we going with the story?
He doesn't know.
So me and Rick were hanging out, and he was doing his thing, and everything's going. And then I woke up one morning, and he lived in Canada. So. And a supermarket car park. Ricky was basically living the dreams I had before I woke up to the reality of I need a duvet at night because it's cold. Like just out there doing his thing, and it's how he's always lived his life. He's always just Ricky's run his program. Back they came, wanted to come back to New Zealand, and they turned up, and I got to meet Nat. Here she is.
What is
I,
yours?
I don't know if you guys have.
I am Nat.
I don't know if you guys have met Nat. She's the blonde one. And he just. This part of the speech is going to be slow. He just seemed settled. You know, the whole, like, I woke up one day and he was in Canada. Like, he's always been sure of what he's doing, but what he's doing has always been surely unpredictable.
A Johnny Brady said, you call it settled?
It's on a scale. It's on a scale.
Systematic.
Ricky has been consistently settled in the fact that he is with Nat. And I think leading up to their marriage, I mean, I don't want to offend anyone, but Nat's been the driver in that. You know, I mean, we saw MC broke the ice for me on that, didn't you? With the who asked who to. It was Nat all day, both of them. They all knew you were driving it home, and it's knowing Ricky from a long way back and Ricky's tendency to be sure about doing whatever, but sure about it. He's always been sure about you, and I think it's pretty cute. So it doesn't matter who's driving it. You're both driving in the same direction.
Not to your fucking house ever again.
This is a nice speech. This is heartfelt.
Oh shit, is it?
This is as good as it gets. And so I've been friends with him longer than you've been friends with him. You're marrying me as much as you're marrying Ricky.
Did you know that?
So you should take this as this is as good as it's going to get. I suppose spinning around and telling the long-winded, shitty story I've told, it's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to be honoured with the front table and being a part of the whole thing. I wish you both the best. I think you're a great couple and you're going to do the best for each other for a very long time. So, if you could charge your glasses to Ricky and Nat.
He came round to my flat and got drunk many a time, but this isn't going to be a 21st speech. We're going to do a wedding speech today. I promised myself that. So after Wellington, I moved out of Wellington, and you just have those friends that you always keep contacting. So I'd always ring up Ricky every 2 months or 3 months or whatever it is, and I was like, "Oh, Rick, how's it going? Tell me your plans. What's happening?" And it would change every time I talked to him. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Oh, okay, cool. So this one time I ring up Ricky and he says to me, "Oh, I'm coming back. I'm going to come visit." And I was like, "Oh, come and stay." And I was so excited because I get my buddy to come and hang out. And he comes and stays at my house and we have one day together. One day. And then he's like, "Oh, Callum, I'm just going to shoot out to see a friend." I was like, "Okay, sweet. Oh, yeah, that's cool." I didn't see him again for 2 days. He went to go and visit her and he never came back. So what I'm just saying is that it was seriously meant to be because he never came back.
Mine's a little bit more structured than good old Nate over here. Hello everyone, for those of you that don't know me, my name's Sammy, and I'm lucky enough to be standing here as maid of honour today. Natalie, I have to say you look absolutely stunning, and
I'm already crying.
and Ricky, you look alright too, but the tie looks better on, so can you put that back on please?
Is that because you chose it?
Yeah, 100%. Cool. Although for the last couple of years there has been a bit of distance in our friendship, it has been a pleasure watching Nat succeed in her career and find somebody that she can share love and happiness with. However, I do recall a few years ago she met this guy. This is when we were both in Dunedin. And he was perfect. There was nothing wrong with him.
No, he had hot friends.
Oh yeah, that was one of the issues. He had very, very good looking friends, which she did not like.
Something wrong with him.
And then there was a height problem, which he's not even shorter. But here we are today, so this is clearly no longer a problem, huh? So, She clearly got over that. Maybe just wear your work boots all the time. All the time. I'm blessed to call Nat one of my best friends. We've laughed together, cried together, laughed until we've cried, and have inside jokes that only we find funny. We've been there for each other through hard times and have created so many good memories. I've had the opportunity to watch her grow, change, and evolve into the wonderful woman that sits before us today, and I am extremely proud of all that you have achieved. No matter what life throws at you, you always manage to come out on top. Ricky, I can't thank you enough for making Nat so happy. I've really enjoyed getting to know you, even though most of the time we bicker like we're brother and sister. You're everything and more that I could have hoped for, Nat, in a partner. And you are a pain in my ass as well. So I'm just going to leave it there, and I would like to propose a toast to the incredible bride and groom. I wish you both all the happiness in the world, and I love you guys.
Thank you. Love you.
Awesome. Well, I'll tell you what, this jar, every time you have sex, you can eat the jelly bean. This jar will never be empty.
Me, I'm Nat's older brother, Randy. I've had the pleasure of knowing her entire life. Unfortunately, she doesn't know me my entire life, so I feel a little left out. I just want to thank everyone for coming to celebrate the union of these two people. Two beautiful and lovely people. A couple of years ago, Nat asked what me and Kat were doing, my partner here, what we were doing for summer. She said, oh, cool. Do you mind if me and my friend Ricky come up and hang out with you guys? So Nat came up north with us. Ricky, who I'd never met before. She said, hey, that's my friend Ricky. Your friend? Yeah. Well, a month later, she calls me, oh, so my friend Ricky that you met, she's like, yeah, me and him are dating now. Oh, cool. Makes sense. But I never thought I'd be here doing a wedding speech at Nat's wedding, because she's always been quite the loner, as far as that. Same as Ricky, apparently, is a kid. So this is a surprise to both of us. But I'm glad she's finally met her Prince Charming. Turns out he's ginger, just like the British one. and Ricky, you've got a woman who's fiery. Just like she's very hard to get on with sometimes. Very strong-willed. That's a good way to put it. The positive side of it is she's fiercely loyal. You need to be. She's fiercely loyal, and she'll have you back no matter what. Fight you against it.
Absolutely.
I couldn't be prouder of you, Nat.
Rick and Natalie, we love you so much, right? And we're so happy that you found in each other someone to enjoy your sense of adventure and love animals and your mountain biking in some respects. You guys don't go get far. Yeah, just recognize and put up with the fact that you've lost a mountain bike to Nat. She's got to go find one. And I just want to say one thing, and that is that I hope that in all the things that you decide to create in your life going forward, that you have ease and joy and laughter. Yeah,
The toilet, so even more the reason. First off, thank you for organising literally everything here. She's done so much work, and it's just like
Perfect.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Will and Glenna for the food. Can't thank you enough. Yeah, I can't wait to eat. Marsha and Peter, Kate, everything else you've done. Really appreciative. Mum and Dad, the professional screens.
Wow, yeah. Amazing.
These flashing photographers.
The dress.
Thanks. Well, yeah, the dress. thanks a lot. It's been a huge help. Everyone who's come from Aussie and that other part of New Zealand down south. Man, they always. But yeah, like, I guess above all else, like, thanks everyone for turning up. And, yeah.
Yeah, he's not wrong. You're on my dress though. I do like to chat, and there's so many things that it may take some time, so I apologise. But basically, I don't really know where to start or finish with you. At the beginning, so I moved to Australia. Chris and Dana welcomed me into their home and let me stay there while I got settled. So that was hugely huge. It made my life really easy, and as a couple that was starting something completely fresh in a new country, made both of our lives really easy. So thank you so much for that. Neil and Kerry again, I think week 1 we got introduced and have been nothing but absolute family members to me since, and I just again can't thank you enough for that. So I was in a new country, Ricky was working away, had a few meltdowns, but always there for me, supportive, and also taught him how to cook, so I do appreciate it. Lent us camping here, and always just had an ear and a feed on the table. So again, can't thank you enough for welcoming me so graciously into your family. And then I arrived to New Zealand, and Linda picked me up from the airport after one brief encounter in Australia, and again opened their home to me. Let Ricky and I stay there. Phil and Linda had to listen to me waffle for 4 hours before they got to pick up Ricky at the airport. And have been nothing but family since as well. So, you know, Linda has any stress of my wedding has just sort of come in and tried to take that off me, and I asked to hang sheets on the ceiling, and Bill came up with these beautiful screens. So some see much really as family members, they go above and beyond always. So again, thank you so much. Neil was a bit worried that without a bit more organisation in the speeches that people may get thanked too often, but to me it speaks volumes of how much we appreciate it. And so I am going to mention for a third time Will and Glenna, because I'm honest to God, we have been on a budget and we're trying to buy a house, and that's no secret, and these guys swooped in and have taken complete lead. And today when I've been doing my thing, I've gone and helped people out the back, and with the setup, with the fairy lights, with the grocery list that I couldn't deal with absolutely everything. They've been absolutely incredible. So words cannot express how much that means to Ricky and I in quite a stressful time in our life. So again, third and hopefully last time, I will thank you. It's huge, and we don't take it lightly. And I've flown from Christchurch as well. So thank you so much for doing that. We'll round of applause for you. Very blessed to have you, and thank you so much. Millie did my beautiful hair. What an incredible job. So stepsister, friend, she's been a huge part of my life for the last 2 years, something like that. And Zimmy, who I don't even know where to bloody start with her. So she's got a bun in the oven, she's sick, and she still turns up looking absolutely beautiful. Yeah, from Dunedin, she came up, helped me pick my dress, and it's just been the light in my darkness. She and her family have been such a huge part of my growth. I went to Dunedin as quite a lost soul, and then I found her and found my home, and then I found Ricky, and I found my second home, my first home, sorry, but my second home. And for the first time in a very long time, I felt like I had people, really back me my quarter for who I was, and family has to love you, and standing in her family choose to love me, and I think that's really special. So thank you so much for that. And then finally, my family, of course. So Dad, thank you so much for everything that you have done throughout my life. I wouldn't be as stubborn or funny as I am without you. There's not really much to say other than thank you for being the dad that you are. Like you said, there's no one's perfect, but you've been a real...
I am. Thank you.
And the best thing you ever did was marry that lady next to you. So thank you, Marsha, for again welcoming me to your family, or Peter's family to your family. That was really special, and it's so nice to see him as a soulmate, and it inspired me back then that maybe this is what a relationship is like, and that there's hope for me yet. So thank you both so much for everything you've done for today and just everything you do for me in general. Let me just double check I haven't missed anyone super special, my brother. Cash. No, absolutely right. I don't want to miss anyone out specifically, but like I say, everyone here that's why we wanted to keep it small. You know, anyone that's here holds a real special piece of our heart. It's not one of those gatherings where there's hundreds of people, so every single one of you here, it means a huge deal to Rick and I. So thank you so much for being here, and I hope you have the best time. And the last thing is to my beautiful husband. You swept into my life at a time when I was not ready for it. And I showed you my colours with Paul, cheated, and we went to the beach and you had caramel milk and I had chocolate and anyway, he ditched me at this point, might I add, for Uncle Russ's fresh fish. So he didn't take me out for dinner, he wanted to go and eat blue fish. And then you came back into my life, and I think we both knew within a matter of days that we couldn't let this go by a second time. So flew to Australia, and here we are today, and thank you for loving me, and thank you for being you. You are the most amazing human that I've ever met, and you totally are my anchor, Dad couldn't sum it up more, to a very free, commitment-phobe person. Here I am, getting married, well, got married, the love of my life. So thank you so much. So I want to propose a toast to love.
To love.
The only other thing, sorry, one last thing I forgot, that you forgot too. We've unfortunately lost a lot of family members quite recent times, I guess. So Uncle Russ and Nana and Papa and my own parts. But I just want to also cheers them really, Papa John and Anna Leslie and Uncle Russ, Papa, all beautiful people, and I think that they deserve a toast as well. So
Absent friends.
Absent friends. Cheers.